Hi everyone and welcome to another Doctor Who Series 6 figure review by me, Mega Shots, and as you can see today I'm going to be reviewing two figures in one video, both of which are from the Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon, and as you can see they are the closed mouth silent figures from Wave 1A and Wave 1B of the Series 6 figure line. On the left is the peach skin silent figure from Wave 1A, and on the right is the grey skin silent figure from Wave 1B. Now, I got both of these figures from two different shops. I got the Wave 1A silent figure from Forbidden Planet, and I got the Wave 1B silent figure from Toy Master, both of which were around the price of $9.99. I think they're both absolutely brilliant figures, and before I start talking about them at all, we're going to quickly go through the packaging. Now, the packaging for both these figures is pretty much the same. On the front, you've got the plastic bowl containing the figure, along with information about the figure at the top, then the name of the figure, along with the new Doctor Who logo at the bottom. Then on the back, it shows you all the other figures you can get in the waves that they come with, and then it's got the same usual product and company information at the bottom. Okay, so that's it for the packaging for now, and now we shall take a look at these two silent figures. Okay, so here we have both of the silent figures with closed mouths. Now, obviously the biggest difference between these two variants is the skin tone, but there is also another difference between these two figures, and that is the way the jackets have been painted. The Wave 1A silent figure has a non-greasy or glossy jacket, whereas the Wave 1B version on the right does have a very glossy and shiny jacket. Now, one of my favourite things about these silent figures has got to be the head sculpts. They really do look absolutely fantastic up close. Because these two variants have been made from exactly the same sculpt, they have exactly the same facial detail, like those really creepy red eyes just inside the head there, that little silent nose, the creases in the face where the silent mouth should be, the creases on the forehead, and also the bone structure sculpted onto the side. Now, obviously the detail on the Wave 1B silent figure's head sculpt is just exactly the same. However, we can see the facial detail on the Wave 1B silent figures a lot more clearly than we can on the Wave 1A silent figures, because as you can see, the Wave 1A silent figure's head has just been painted with pretty much the same colour, whereas with the Wave 1B silent figure, it has two shades of grey. There's a light grey which pretty much covers all of the head, and then for the tiny little bits of detail, the people that have made this figure have painted that with a darker shade of grey, which helps to make the small facial features stand out really well. And with the Wave 1A silent figure, you have to look at it quite up close to make out the facial detail, but you can see the detail on this one's head sculpt from quite a distance away, and it really does look a lot more creepy and lifelike that way. I would say that the Wave 1A silent figure's head sculpt has the best likeness out of the two though. Now if we take a look at the clothing they have on their torso, we can see that they are wearing the black tie, the cream shirt, and also the black jackets, which all the silents wore during the Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon. The jacket is the most highly detailed item of clothing on this figure. It's got 3 pockets, one here, and one here. And then you've got the buttons in the middle, along with the huge amount of creases, which helps to make both of these figures look and feel very lifelike. I think the jackets, ties and cream shirts look very nice on these two figures. As I said before though, the Wave 1B silent figure has a more glossy looking jacket, which I actually do think is really nice. Now if you take a look at the silent figure's trousers, we can see that they are just black, but they have loads of creases sculpted onto them, which help to make them look even more realistic. And then at the bottom we've obviously got their shoes, which are actually pretty basic, but they have got the detail of the laces on them. So that's pretty much all the basic detail between these two figures. The detail on these two is absolutely fantastic. The head sculpts look amazing with those tiny little facial features. The clothes look really good with all the creases and small detail that they have, and even small things like the hands and shoes look brilliant on these two figures. I would say that the Wave 1A silent figure is the most accurate out of the two though, because it has the more accurate looking skin tone, but I still think the Wave 1B silent figure looks absolutely brilliant, and we shall take a look at the articulation of both of these figures. Now the articulation on both of these figures is the same because obviously they are made from the same sculpt. The head can turn from side to side, arms can do a 360 degree turn from shoulders, and they are also ball jointed so they can spread outwards very nicely. The arms can also do a 360 degree turn at the biceps, move up at the elbows, and also the hands can turn 360 degrees. Then lower body articulation, you can turn at the waist 360 degrees, the legs can move outwards, go backwards and forwards on the top, swivel 360 degrees at the thighs, and also bend at the knee. So not only is the detail and paintwork brilliant on these two figures, but also the articulation, because with the ball jointed arms you can put them into many different attacking poses, which they were seen in The Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon. Now, overall, I think both of these silent figures are amazing additions to my collection. I think the detail on them is absolutely fantastic, especially on the head sculpts. The clothes look really nice, and even small things like the hands and shoes look fantastic up close on these two figures. And if I was to give the Wave 1A silent figure a rating out of 10, I give that one a 10 out of 10. Excellent representation of a silent from The Impossible Astronaut, Day of the Moon, and also very accurate. And if I was to give the Wave 1B silent figure a rating out of 10, I'd give that one a 9 out of 10 because its skin tone isn't quite as accurate as the Wave 1A silent figure's skin tone, and I think it would have been better if for Wave 1B they just made the jacket glossy and kept the skin tone the same. But I did notice that in some of the promotional images for Series 6, that some of the silents in them did look grey. So if you want a silent that looks like one from the promotional pictures, I'd say go with the Wave 1B silent figure. But if you want a more accurate version of a silent, then I'd recommend the Wave 1A version to you. But if you are currently collecting Doctor Who figures at the moment and you can't decide which one to get, I'd recommend both if you've got the money. They are both absolutely fantastic figures, and obviously with them having the same sculpt, they all have the same detail and same brilliant articulation. And that is pretty much all I have to say for this review for now, YouTubers. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I shall see you again soon in another Doctor Who Series 6 figure review. I'm not sure what I'm going to be reviewing next, but I shall let you know on my channel comment section. Hold on, wait a minute. Where did these two come from? Just appeared in front of my camera. They look like figures of the silence, actually. Don't remember them being there before. Anyway, better bring this sudden video to an end. Thanks for watching, YouTubers, and I shall see you again.